On a windy day in Chesterfield, Judge James O'Connell called the allegations laid out by the prosecutor against Colonial Heights Rehabilitation and Nursing Center Administrator Shawanda Jeter and nurse trainer Danielle Harris gut-wrenching, aggravating, and horrendous. They were among the 18 staff members arrested yesterday when dozens of police officers and state officials showed up at the nursing home. In making her argument against bond for both defendants, Colonial Heights prosecutor Noelle Nochisaki told the judge the victim in this case was a 74-year-old woman with cerebral palsy and diabetes. She said the woman was supposed to be removed by a lift out of her bed, but that was never done, and records were falsified to show that she had been. The prosecutor said the woman was left in her bed for days in her own urine and feces. She was not turned, she was not changed, and her wounds from the poor care were so bad that Adult Protective Services originally thought she may have been the victim of a sexual assault. That was not the case, though the flesh wounds to the patient's genital region were so bad, they were described as necrotic. I personally viewed the pictures of the wounds that were shown to the judge. Wounds that were so severe, investigators say they caused the sepsis, which ultimately killed the patient. Shawanda Jeter, who runs the facility, is facing some of the most serious charges in this case. In addition to abuse and neglect charges, prosecutors say she hired nursing staff with barrier crimes on their record, to include malicious wounding and domestic assault. When detectives executed a search warrant at the facility on November 4th, Nochisaki said Jeter tried to prevent them from executing the search warrant, lied to them that she didn't know how to get into the system, and attempted to destroy evidence. As for Danielle Harris, the prosecutor said the registered nurse was in charge of training at the facility, but she said Harris failed to provide adequate training to staff, which led to the victim's injuries. Judge O'Connell ended up granting each woman a $10,000 bond, but on the condition that they cannot provide any medical care to the public or return to the facility pending the conclusion of the case. I tried to ask Jeter's family if they had anything they wanted to say on her behalf, and they said no comment.